the challenges I go through as a person, but I have always a smile and I love, actually, I don't just love, I even love helping. Very old, she didn't want disturbances. It wasn't a big deal. She one time told me, now you know how to read the signpost. Why do you want to study? But I started. I wouldn't say school is everything, but it's good to go to school. Out there, everyone listening to me, it is good to go to school and not to give up. One, you will feel courage to speak to people. You will share freely. The experience is the best teacher. Sometimes we go through difficult life so that we encourage other people to be strong. So my school was hard. Every time I'm just out of class, I don't find the money. It was hard. I could wait on friends break time. They help me notes, I copy. And later on, I also go back like everyone. Even there is a year I had to sit home for 2 terms. There was no money. But I made it. Actually, in senior four, I was the best in girls at Geneva that year. I was so happy. I also contested. Being from a humble family didn't stop me. Like, don't look at yourself at times. Nange, Esther Togwamu manyi. Don't always say, me also. Ah, me also, what can I do? You have self pity, and self pity puts you in a pit because you think, "Yeah, I'm not like so and so." No, I did not look at who I am completely. I didn't. I looked at my God. I was a very brave girl. Even when I contested, I didn't have full uniform, but it was like uniform. It resembled everyone else. Not exactly school uniform, but I bought it from the market. I contested. I didn't have nice clothes. I contested still. I won. I led. And during senior four, when I was doing my exams, I didn't have shoes. My shoes were torn, were worn out. I had to ask a friend, help me these shoes. After exams, I'll give back to you. She was good. She helped me, her shoes I used. And during the welfare party, actually before we did the exam, I was asked to dance with the head teacher wasn't there, the deputy head teacher. But because I was and I am a born again, I told the school administration that me, I will not dance that song. I only dance in church. I can't dance that because I need to open up a dance. I asked the deputy to do. I have always known that God is first in everything I do, and God has been with me. It was tough. Let me tell you, it was tough. I wanted to do sciences, but every time I was stressed out. But right now, I would say God wanted me to be who I am, and I'm so grateful for who I am. I didn't have like clothes, special clothes, no. I went to college. I only had one blouse and a skirt, but I lived. Actually, even at college, I was a leader. I was perfect. I liked being perfect because I believed there are opportunities that helps me to grow, that could help me to grow. So what am I saying? Besides your challenges, besides your upbringing, besides the school you went, the career you have, All those things, they have the link. The main foundation is our Lord. And the Bible tells us in the book of Jeremiah 11, everyone quotes that. God has better plans for us. Now, I always love people. I love people. I'm one person who does not hold someone forever. That one I don't have time because God has done so much for me. And I like the song that says He has done so much for me because it makes me have always a big smile on my face. I look back. The one who had jiggers, the one who slept on that grass as Mufali saw, as a mattress. I can have a real mattress now. I can put on shoes, you know. For me, when I look at my childhood, school, besides going to school where even our teachers, I don't, I don't know if it was some English they were teaching us, but you hear someone, the way they pronounce things, it's you wouldn't believe someone can express herself or himself in English. But still, I had and on. I trusted God to that village school, to all the challenges of fees. They were serious. So I put a full stop. But I had to go to school. I had to go to school. I had to go back, go for my bachelor's, go for my master's, because it is God's plan, not me. I remember one time saying when after college, I was like, will I ever sit in classroom? And I made a promise to myself, I will never doze. If I happen to sit back, go back to school, I will never doze. I will read everything. I will pass everything. And that is what happened. I think that was what happened after my bachelor's. When I went for my master's, I could get like 98, 96, but I wasn't happy. I'm only happy when I get all 100. So if I get 15, I get 13 out of 15. Oh my God, I've missed it too. I've missed it too. And one time, my friend Reverend was like, "Sis, when do you when do you really appreciate God? You've passed, you have performed very well, but I have learned to thank God. That's one thing I can tell you. In every situation, God has a good plan for you. Whether there is something you want, whether it's a cloth, whether it's places to be or to live, I want to encourage you, don't hurry. Just focus, put your faith in the Lord and be focused. Just believe in God that I will do it and we do it. I always tell you young people, the drive, the power is in your hands. God is number one. But the decision you have is the drive that can push you. You need to know what you want. And that, honestly, there is nothing. They say the sky is the limit. You can. So, from that background, God helped me. I went to college, but I said I didn't pass. But when checking, I passed on papers. But when my results reach computer, something happens. We are five, we never qualified, and I believe it was God's plan that I didn't become a teacher, a primary teacher. I would say primary teacher, because I teach. I teach the word of God. Of course, I was serving in church. I was teaching children. I was in choir, I was teaching youth Bible study because there was no one volunteering. I volunteered to teach the Bible and play volleyball with the youth out there. They were a very strong youth group that time. And later on, I was lucky. After staying home for some years, I went back to school again. I did the nursing certificate. It doesn't exist anymore. I know people are going out there, but the government of Uganda scrubbed it off. Our time it was recognized, you could even register with the government, not anymore. God picked me from deep village there, where even sometimes I think I've ever had lies in my head here. Jiggers in my legs, no shoes. God picked me from there. And when I was here, I had a lot of God's favor. God's favor. When I went for that nursing course, I came back to play volleyball. Volleyball with the youth. No, not these youth. Most of them were not from the church. Some got saved, came to church. Others were just from community of the town. But then when I came, I was asked if I could, you know, treat people and bravely, like me. Yeah, you don't always say no. I like, yeah, I can do. I came, I worked. But before I came, because I had left and because of the mistreatment of women, I would say women in the church, I said I'll never come back, never to this church, not me. But God told me when I was asked if I can come and work, God told me you are going back. I'm going back where? That very church. Not me. Like you're going back. So anyway, I came back and I was seeing God is hard. I worked for 10 years as a nurse. Believe me, even the doctors could tell a person you need an operation. But God used me to use tablets to treat those kind of sickness. And people would get healed. And I knew it was God healing them. That is humility. I humbled myself. I, I was still asking God the questions, but I humbled myself, God to use me. And He brought me back to people who didn't like me. But one thing is the humility. I had humility. Naturally, I am a kind person. People say I'm a kind person. I don't want to say I am, but people tell me I am a kind person. I love people. So I came to treat people. Everyone is happy. It's not that my life is to make people happy, but God to use me to bring a smile to someone because I know what it is. So what happens? This world. When I came to work, now back here, I found the one staff. They bring the second one. They started mistreating me. I'm the one to mop. The lady could even tell me, don't disturb my legs when I'm eating. We are all three of us are supposed to clean where, but they made me clean. Even when a missionary told them that you give peace also a copy of the keys, they never wanted me to have a key to the office. I did. I kept quiet. I left. I did everything they tell me to do. You will find people who are in church, but those people are not like in the church I fellowship from. One was not from there. Actually, two of them they were from different places, but one started fellowshipping from the church, and the one who was mistreating me. I'm sorry to say this, but when you meet her right now, she even feels ashamed to look at my face. I know she can maybe hear this. but let's not be proud of ourselves. Humility is what God requires from us. And those two ladies or sisters, they really mishandled me, but I never said a word. I worked, and their time was up. They didn't leave on a good note. I happened to see one, but her life stopped being good life. Pride. Pride is bad. I speak from the experience of the people I worked with. They were so proud. They could order me around to mop around, not to disturb their legs, not to. I could sit out and wait when they come to the open. I was treated like garbage, but later on, they were asking me to pray for them. Themselves, one of them especially who mistreated me, I prayed. So I pray. But one thing I have learned is knowing God and being very honest with your God and having trust that you can. This lady even told me, now look at this miserable. Two of them were older than me, but she could tell me I'm a miserable girl who hurried in marriage, simanyi ya mtupu, which a lot of things. I mean, I don't like, an argument. I told her, thank you for doing that. Sometimes I thank people who abuse me. And I have never stopped thanking those who abuse me. Don't take it. As a person, you can feel offended. After all, they have not diverted you from your God. So for me, there are a lot of things to share. But from that time, in fact, when they were there, I was given to be in charge. All the keys again, they came back to me. Even those who mistreated me when I was a youth, not to give me any kind of help when I'm sick, the very people were told to come to me for help. You get it? And I asked God, why are you doing this? But before I came, God told me, I want to take you back to where you were, no revenge. I'm going to bring everyone to you. Those who mistreated you, you will be the one to help you. No revenge. Never revenge. People will do bad things to you. But for me, because I've gone through, I could remember the voice of God telling me not to revenge. Some people even told me, if you're very stupid. Very many people who know me, they know, that one doesn't get annoyed. That one, when you go your bad love, she would help you. That I not a human. Someone told me, are you a human being real? Why don't you get annoyed? Why don't you, why do you share your knowledge with the people who are not? Which knowledge? Everything I have belongs to Him. Even what I am who I am because of God. So for me, I have no reason to have a territory. No, everything belongs to God. If I'm doing work here, this work belongs to God. I don't stop people from coming and joining. And even when they join and they insult me, it belongs to God. You are fighting for nothing. The owner is watching. So, in short, God picked me from that story I've told you. I went to school. I could not imagine I would even also go to university. That was one. I could not even imagine I could graduate, bachelor's. I could not. And even when I joined for master's degree, I could sit in a class and I could wonder if these people know who I am really. I was that young. These people are from powerful homes. They're from Kampala. They're big, big, big. But God has always used me. Even where I work now, it is God. People who have come across me, people who want me to share, they believe, she's very brilliant. Even at the university, my lecturer thought I'm very bright student. God just gives call me some, brains. I just say Father, but here sometimes I have all the time I have answers. No, because I am that so intelligent, but it's what God has made me to be. I am brave because He has made me to be brave. He has lifted me, of course. People, even those who mistreated me, they call me Auntie PC, Mama PC. People have fought me, of course. People have fought me, but I always give a smile. And you know what? Even those who have fought me, even those who have abused me, even those who have walked on me, who have insulted me, all of them, all of them have come said, please help me. And I cannot brag about that because it is not me. Somebody comes to want me to help. It's not that I have everything to help, but of course, as we people, we are not islands. I may lack something. I may lack something. Maybe I have food and someone is lacking. So God has humbled me to love people and always to remain humble. I don't know. People out there think I am, of course, the ministry, the mission I work with, New Testament, I'm one of the leaders there. I don't use it for fame, no. God has pushed me where people think I should not even reach, but He has pushed me there. I've gone to different offices and I've seen God's favor always. And never me think in my worst dream that I can do things without God. Does not happen. It will never happen in my life to say I did this, I worked hard. No, it is my Father who has done it for me. Everyone there, and our Father has good things, and I know you will sit and you testify. But one thing is life has ups and downs. Yeah, I have shared both challenging. I've not shared everything. I have other testimonies. God has saved me. God has saved me very many times. Sometimes car accident when everyone believes there's no one alive. Sometimes I had floods. That is where I said the last prayer. The devil told me, now you say your last prayer. And I said my last prayer. Let me tell you one thing in life. The devil does not fear whether you're a child of God, whether you are what you have God's favor, whether God has done, he will not fear. I was in floods and I didn't know it was even the devil telling me. It was like, hey, today you are dying. Just say your prayer today, and I believed it was God. But later on was like, how could God tell me it is my last hour and I did not even die? So I believe it was the devil scaring me, and he really scared me now because I said my last prayer. I lost everything. I lost everything. What I had is my children, but these other things, they all, as I sit here, I lost even that house. It's now in pictures. It used to be our home, but God saved us. He gave us life. We're still alive. He has provided. Never lose hope. Never wonder when our Father in heaven, just right there, is waiting you to have faith in Him. He's just waiting on you to say, Father, this one I am not managing. God is not done with me. The challenges I go through as a person, but I have always a smile and I love. Actually, I don't just love, I even love helping. If I have, I will help. Even I think, even when I can help what is, so long as I have something, even if it is not mine, sometimes I end up giving and say like, let me get this person thing. So I like I like people. I like God's creation. I like doing the work of God, sharing the work of God. And I also enjoy those who feel bad that God is still with me, is working with me, He has given me all His blessings. And what you see that I'm challenged is a refinery for me to be closer. Every day I have to extend closer to God. I get a hiccup, I had a trial, a temptation. It is what happens in this life. But that doesn't deter me from believing in my Father. Thank you.